Hello everyone, my name is Rajesh Kumar and I'm your DevOps SRE DevSecOps coach. I have close to 18 plus years of experience working in multiple MNCs around the globe and having in-depth knowledge of DevOps, SRE and DevSecOps. So I would like to introduce you one certification program in a DevOps, and that is we call it DevOps Certified Professional. Now this is a 2 months of program, 25 tools of DevOps you will learn, and apart from that you will also get the access to the LMS, lifetime access to the videos portal. It's a certification program, and you will have 25 assignments and 2 projects along with it. It's a completely weekend program, so here you have classes on Saturday and Sunday. So as part of this course, you will learn multiple things. Here you see that you will learn Linux, AWS, Docker, Jira, Confluence, Python, Git with GitHub, SonarQube, Maven, Gradle, Packer, Artifactory, Selenium, JMeter, Ansible, Kubernetes, Helm, Terraform, Jenkins, Datadog, Splunk, and Neuralink. Now, how do we, apply for this? So how can you reach out to us? So you have a WhatsApp number and email ID. So please reach out to us and we'll help you to onboard this program. Apart from this DevOps certified professional programs, we are offering other certifications as well in a DevSecOps, SRE, and one of the very, very comprehensive programs which we have is in Master in DevOps Engineering. Yeah, so feel free to get in touch with us and then enroll for it. Thank you.
That's all. So this is the second things also I did it. Are you comfortable, all of you?
Yep.
Okay. Third thing, format the hard disk, mount it D drive. So now in Windows, how to do that? You know that after attaching. These are the things. Right click, format, mount, this, that, and all. You can do that. But Linux, how to do that? I'll teach you. So let me go to the machines. Where is it? Here it is. So here this is machines. How do I know whether I have a attachment or not? So the command in Linux is lsblk, listing block. So right now if you see that I have a 2 hard disk. One, this is the one which I'm using, and if you read it very carefully, this is the second hard disk. Okay, so lbsk is means is in window this one, disk management. Okay, so how do I work with it? I don't know. So that is where here I will just go to the Google, DevOps School blog and search for AWS EBS. Okay, and here you see some AWS tutorial. This is a Terraform. I'll teach you, and long way to go. Actually, Terraform is long way to go. So this is AWS, and here is Sage. How to attach mount EBS volume to EC2 Linux instance, and here also auto mount EBS volume to EC2. So this is a permanent solution, but for learning you can use this one also. So here step number 1, create a volume, did it, attach a volume, did it, verify volume is attached or not, so lsblk, and after that check if the volume has any data using. So this is the precautionary commands, you can use it, and it should just just a second. Enter. See data means it's empty. Now format the volume. This driver you can select. What is the device driver which you have? Storage driver. Anyone have a list of it? Do you know what is the driver? Okay, at least tell me in the Windows device driver, storage driver in Windows. Anyone? Have you heard about the FAT32,
FAT
NTFS, and all stuff
32,
like
yeah,
that?
exactly. FAT 32 and
Yes.
NTFS.
Yeah, so in Linux also we have ext4, device mapper 2, ops. These are the storage drivers we have. Okay, so please, whatever the in a recording, wherever I see them, some question mark like ext4 and all, please study that. It will help you in other sessions also. Other sessions also. When you create a clusters, your own data centers and all, it will help you. Architect, you'll become a. It will help you to become an architect actually, good architect. Okay, so anyways, I'm creating this formatting the volume which is using ext4. Okay, mkfs, it's a Linux command for doing that, and this is the what I have here. So run this command. Done. Formatting done. It was just a 5 GB space and empty, so no time. And after that, you create one directory where you're going to mount it. In Linux, there's no C drive, D drive. You have a directory, everything. So new volume I created in the root. Now this command which is mounting and done. df-kh and this command which has a 5 GB, which is a now anything which is stored in the new volume will go to this 5 GB, and that will become a persistent actually. So you should not store the data in the default disk. You should always store the data in the disk. So what happened next time if let's say that EC2 instance is gone or something which has happened, this VM this ABS you can attach to some other volumes. I mean some other instance also in future. You can detach and you can attach. So this is a simple thing. Formatting a disk that is also done through Linux. I showed you. Windows, you know that very well. And mounting also I showed you. Any questions so far, guys? All of you?
The format that you ext4 or so, what was the basis of your selection of that?
Uh, there's a lots of algorithms are there. Uh, 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 Device mapper 2 based on my learnings. Device mapper 2 is a I mean ext4 you can use it also, which I have used in this. XFX also you can use it. I mean many algorithms are there. So the idea is like which one will give you uh, speed and security and integrity. So every algorithm has a different pros and cons. Durability also, how the data is being stored, how this cleanup is happening. So all these things define depends on these storage drivers define all this stuff. So uh,
So it doesn't matter
again,
what you select. I mean, like you can format it, right? Or does
ha
it
ha
matter?
ha. See, I'll put it in this way: whether you go for the Ola or Uber, you will reach the destination for sure. Now the only the thing is experience. So ext4, xfc, ntfs, fat, all these are the software for storing the files in your disk. So which one is good? Now if you compare fat versus ntfs, ntfs good. Why? Because giving you more durability and more performance, more integrity management and all. So same way in Linux also ext4, xfx, ops, device mapper, all these things you can compare and see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the EBS. It was very simple, guys. Now, after that, one more thing. I'm not deleting it, but whatever you learn actually, after that you have to delete it. Because if you don't delete it, you will tell me, Raj, because of Rajesh, I am paying this much money to my credit card. Okay, so please remember that this statement, whatever you're creating, please delete it. Else, you have to pay for it. Okay, so now next thing is EFS. So EFS means what? There is a sum storage. This is the, by the way, fully managed one. Okay, fully managed one. So that means EFS means what? EFS means elastic file storage. In simple way, we call it NFS, network file storage. So I don't know how many of you have worked with NFS or not, but the steps are very simple. First, NFS server, you have some IP address, or it can be DNS name also. That's the NFS server, and then you will have so NFS server, that is a stuff, and here NFS client. Okay, so you have a server and IP address. This is two things. Now NFS client should be installed where? Anyone have idea? NFS client should be installed where? Tell me. Guys, this NFS client should be installed in your EC2. So this is the server, and you can go and create EFS NFS server powered by AWS. That's one click installation. Everything is one click in AWS. And after that, what you have to do, how to use it. So you have to install NFS client in EC2, and after that, mount it. That's all. Nothing great about it. Did you understand that or not?
Yeah, but what is the use case in which you would select a NFS versus yes?
Okay, so simple use cases. Think about it. Let me ask you one thing. Question. I need a storage which I can mount to multiple VMs. EBS will work or not? EBS will work or not? Let's say I'll put it in a different way. You have attached one storage in your laptop. Can you attach the same storage to different laptop?
No.
No. Simple. You know every answer, just put it in a right context. No. So EBS you attach to one EC2 instance, you cannot attach to other EC2 instance. Why? Because of block storage. So what do you need to do? You need to detach and then attach to another instance. So that means EBS can be attached only at a time to only one instance. But sometimes you need some common storage for multiple EC2 instance. What is the solution then? Network file system. What we have here in AWS, EFS. Use cases is that one only. Now compare some pricing. EBS is costlier. EFS is cheaper. EBS you are managing it. EFS they are managing, means AWS is managing it. Now EFS will be little slower compared to EBS. Simple, no? Because something attached to your laptop or something attached through network, there's a difference, right? Correct, no? Are you understanding, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but you know what? If you're preparing for certifications, lots of differences you should go through, like IOPS, pricing, technology, algorithm, and all stuff. So please read this. I'm just teaching you right now for so you can learn for the daily purpose. But for certification, you have to go through the technical specifications of it. Okay, and all that all are easily available. For example, EBS versus EFS. That's all. And here any of this tutorial, but use that official one. I'm not able to find in the official one in Google results, but officials actually you just type ABS FAQ. Simple. This is the this is the way. EBS. What was the next one? EFS. EFS FAQ. So whenever you type like this, you will get a complete detail about this. So they have written a complete, very good tutorial, questions and answer. So this you should read it in the preparation for the certification preparation. Okay. So FAQ for every services they have written, AWS, which will help you. Anyways, so coming back to the point, so this is what we want. I want to create a EFS, and then I want to install the NFS client in the my VM and mount it. That's all. So what to do? So let's go to the EFS. Now EFS is not here. So now you go to the services, you go to the storage. But if you think no, it's too much of work, so just type it in search box. If you remember the service name, automatically it will come. This is the EFS service. Okay. So now see, this is charges also, you have it here. Okay. So can I create a EFS? Here it is. What is this demo? And which network? So I right now I have only one network, that is okay, VPC. And you want to use it in a one zone or standard, whatever it is, multiple across the multiple ages or whatever it is. I'll just go with it, not complicating, and done. So this is my EFS created. What is the address of my, what is IP address? You should be having it, right? IP address and DNS. So what is my IP address? Where is that? See, DNS name not available. That means that means it's still creating. Wait for a few seconds. Now it's available. So click on this. Now you got this. This is your address. Done. So instead of IP address, they give you the DNS name. So one part is clear. How to create EFS? You are done with that, right? Any confusion?
No.
Now you have to install NFS client in the VM. Now
So
how do we do that? Yeah, tell
For
me.
an EC2 instance, you always get a public IP address, but for this, you just get a DNS name. Is that the
Yeah.
case?
Yes, yes. DNS name. DNS name and is like managed by DNS server. Internally, there'll be IP address only if you look, if you think in this way.
For EC2, if you have an IP address, would it keep changing every time you restart, or is it always constant for?
So EC2 instance, if you what do you say, uh, you got a public IP address.
Mhm.
When you reboot the EC2 instance, the IP address will change public IP because public IP address is from the pool given to you to access the VM. So it will change. But if you reboot, it will not change. If you stop and start, it will change. I repeat, if you reboot the EC2, IP address will not change. If you stop and start, it will change it. So then you'll say, Rajesh, that's not a good thing, right? Every time IP address changes, it's good. I can go and access manually, but for the running the application, that's not good practice. So in that case, what you can do, you can buy elastic IP address, elastic IP, EIP we call it. So how do we buy this? So it's not buying. EIP is also free as long as your machine is running. So let me show you that I have bought one
But we
like
could use
elastic IP.
a DNS name as well, right?
Yeah,
And that wouldn't change, right?
yeah, yeah. That will not change. See here. No, DNS name will change as per the IP address. So here you can allocate the new IP address and attach to the this one, uh, the VMs whatever you want here. So I have already attached to this is already attached, so not touching that. So that is the stuff. Comfortable? Okay. So now first thing I did it, I created a EFS, okay, server. I mean whatever you want to call it, managed server, and I'm going to install NFS. But if I look at it, let me go to the EFS again. Here it is EFS, and I will say, hey EFS, I don't know the rest of the commands. Please help me out. So EFS asking you to look at this here. Where is it tutorial? It's attach. Click on attach, and EFS is saying, hey, do you want to mount it in the VM using DNS or IP? IP. This is the IP actually. Got it? Mount is the DNS. Then this is the DNS which I copy pasted, or IP. This is IP. Now, but you know what? You have to decide one more thing. What is that? So they say, hey, do one thing. See, of course, you can install the NFS client, okay, and run this command for mounting, or because NFS has a very bad performance issues most of the time, NFS client I'm talking about. So I have developed one client for you, and that I call it EFS mount helper. So this software, if you install in EC2 and then you run this command, this performance of EFS mount helper is better than in an NFS client. Are you understanding?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, these are the two client which you can use it. These are the commands which you can use it. Simple thing. And DNS and IP address. So how do we do that? So it's okay for me, EFS or NFS. Now the problem is how do we install the NFS client or EFS mount helper? So I will go because I don't remember the commands. So I will go and ask my blog, hey blog, tell me how can I install the NFS client? So here you have EFS lab, and here also you have working with EFS instance. This is written by Gaurav Bajpayee, and EFS. This is me. So I'll use mine. So here, this is the first step done. This is also done, and this is the one. But in this tutorial, there is no NFS client. So what to do? So I'll just write this one NFS client in Ubuntu, because my Linux machine is Ubuntu, right? So Gaurav is coming, so I'll use this his notes. You can use the Google also. So let me see. This command. So here Just a second. I just want this command line utility. This is a, don't install this one, okay? This is for which platform?
sudo yum linux
No,
Arichain
CentOS,
Arichain
CentOS.
CentOS.
CentOS energy. So this is for the Ubuntu. So this is a Amazon EFS utils. You want to install it, and here, this is for Ubuntu. Don't run any command blindly with the logic. So this command will work for the NFS client on Ubuntu apt, and this client will work for the Amazon EFS, that one which you are talking. I'll go for this one only, and show you the demo, because that way you'll be aligned with it. So install this. Yes. Client has to be installed, else the algorithm will not mount it, and then you'll not be able to use it. Done. And all this thing, create a EFS directory, and here this command don't run it, okay? This you have to copy from here. So copy. This is I created already in the root. So here, done. Enter. That's all. Now just wait for a few seconds. So this is the algorithm and all specifications. You can change it. It's taking little time.
So if you use the helper, would it be faster? Is that the advantage?
Yeah, AWS claim that this is faster. EFS mount helper is faster compared to NFS client.
So you can install the helper also with a command with an app.
I gave you the here. Gaurav has given you command. So all this thing, if you look at it very carefully, see this is an Ubuntu. Okay, this is the command to install it. This is the command. Okay, and yum, I mean, send to us, and you have it up. It's taking time, little bit time.
That's the command for the NFS client, right? Sorry, NFS, yeah, NFS client, but not for the helper.
Yeah. Yes. This command for the NFS. Command is correct. There is no problem. So just it will take few seconds more and do that. After that, anything you stored in the root, okay, this location, that will work.
Yes.
It's taking time. It should not take too much of time like this. I don't have a patience actually. Seems to be okay. I think it's done, I guess. No, it's not done. So what is this? Mount does not exist. Okay, my bad. I was not in right direction. Let it happen, but it should not take too much time. Why it's taking too much time? Okay, we'll see that after that. So that is a EFS. Are you anyone have any questions? Okay, the last thing which we have is object and file storage. Okay, so file storage means what? Or the object storage means what? So you know what? Any files which you stored and available, stored in an object with an object algorithm, or available on HTTP or something, you can say it's object storage. For example, object storage means, you know which algorithm? SHA. SHA is a one powerful algorithm for that. Git is based on this. Docker is based on that. Okay, these all are object storage. So you know Google Drive, right? All of you. So any files which you stored, Google Drive is powered by. Sorry. So Google, sorry. So Google Drive is also object storage. So now, uh, let's just give me a few seconds. Yeah. So, by the way, Google Drive, what is the capacity? All of you?
Free?
15
What is the
15 GB.
15 GB.
15 GB? Right? 15 GB. And how many 15 GB you get it to the attached to your Google account?
Only once.
Only one, right? But guys, here we call it S3, Simple Storage Service, S3. Okay, so let me browse it here. Now you know what? In AWS, you can create as many drive. We call it bucket in AWS. What we call it bucket. In Google Drive, we call it drive. We call it Google Drive. Here we call it a bucket. How many bucket you can create? Unlimited. And how much the size of each bucket? I think it's in TB. I'm not able to recall that. Let me AWS S3 bucket size. Bucket size. It's huge actually. Bucket size limit. So this is not a limit. Don't read it this one. Okay. This is not a limit. What is the limit? They are saying this is the one object. One file can be maximum up to 5 TB. Okay, mind it. One file you can store in the here. But what is the buckets limit? Uh, I'm not able to locate that, but it's a huge actually. I mean, I have never seen any problem so far for that. So one file up to it can go up to the 5 TB also. Okay, so that is something like a bucket. So how to create a bucket? So you can go to uh, S3 and create a bucket. Simple. What is a bucket? Now this bucket name, you know what? This bucket name has to be globally unique. Yes, bucket name has to be globally unique because remember that it's HTTP. So if the two address is same, it's not possible. So you have to make it something like a Raj. I'm adding randomly, so it'll become a globally unique. Now this bucket you want to store where? So I want to store in the same region where I am in. You can change the region also. That's not a problem because anyways accessing is using HTTP. Okay, and then create the bucket. Simple. I have not explained you the all this thing. I'll change this in some time. Now this is my bucket. Now what to do? Upload some file. This you will do through command line also, but through UI also. So do we have any files? Some files. Let me upload this file, image file, and upload. So remember the bucket you cannot mount in the EC2. Have you ever mounted the Google Drive in EC2? No, you cannot mount it. Mind it. See, this is the image. How can you access this object? We call it object. You can call it a file, but we call it object. This is the URL. Can we access? See, what is this problem? Access denied. So it's stored in my bucket, this file, but you cannot access. What to do? So work with the permissions. Now this is the permissions. You have to go through all the permissions, and here you have to work with the permission. Edit, block all public access to unblock it. This is not good. Save changes. Confirm. But here I just unblock it. Now refresh. Still not accessible. So yes, bucket level permission you have modified, but what about object level permissions? So like that you have to do that. So go to the object. This is the file. Okay, and change the permissions. Where is the permissions? Here. Here also you see here. Read this. It says, hey, this bucket has bucket owner enforce setting applied. Do one thing, change that. How do you change this? Click on it. This one recommended to ACLs. read it, all these things, and they acknowledge the risk, save changes. Now go to the again object, click here, and again permissions, and now you say, okay, you want to be giving access to everyone, so decide here. It's a security risk, but you are understanding the risk and saving the changes. And now done. So now this is the way the bucket, you as many bucket you can create here. The size for each file is up to 5 TB, which is unimaginable. I don't think so. I'll have one file which will have a, but the satellite files are all right, which is coming from weather reporting and all. It's that size is there. 1 TB, 500 GB, something like that. Okay. So, and then you can store the objects, permissions and all. I ask you to change it, and this is how you will use it. Make sense, guys, all of you? It's taking time out. I need to check something. Are you able to understand, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Rajesh, I have a question.
Yeah.
So, for objects, we have like name as S3 bucket. So, is there any technical name flow for like block storage and network storage, just like S3 bucket? Is there any technical name like given by AWS for those two?
No, for EFS they have given the name, but for S3 you can decide your own name. So there you cannot change because EFS is not globally accessible. No, it's mount in the EC2 instance.
No, not those names. I mean like technical names as like in general terms, it's object or files, but AWS called as S3 buckets,
Correct,
right?
correct.
Yeah, but so do we have like those kind of technical names for like block and network storage in AWS?
Technical name is a block. Technical name is object. Technical name is network file storage. But in AWS we call it EBS, S3, and EFS.
Okay.
This is anyone who's expert in it, they will use the block. So let's say in AWS we call it this one, and but here you call it a disk in Azure. Here you call file store. Okay, like that. So different names are there. So check this. But technology is this one. Make
Got
sense,
it.
all of you?
Yep.
If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.